surprised that Ninja Tune and Counter hopped on to represent your music, but how did you get involved with them as a label? And congrats on making it to Bonobo's label when he's who inspired you to make music. That's amazing. Like,
yeah, they're my favorite label, like Ninja Tune. So that's also sad because my new EPs on Ninja Tune now are not counted. Obviously, they're owned by the same people,
right?
But yeah, Ninja Tune was like obviously the goal, so I was really excited. But that kind of came about really organically, but not organically. So like, I guess someone described me. Well, someone said I was entrepreneurial, but I don't think that's that case. I don't think I am. So I'm not very good at making money. But like, I guess I made quite
vibes feel.
When I decided I was going to release my first EP, I had like a passion planner, and I like mapped out like the whole. Have you ever used them? They're really good.
I am big on planners, and Zach in the chat I know is a big passion planner user as well. So hopefully this inspires him to get back to it. I don't know.
It's really, really good for like planning out your year and just like getting things like that you really want to do done. And like, I don't believe in necessarily like the word.
It's okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Manifest that word, girl. You got this.
I can't say it. I've lost the word. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
I mean, I don't believe in it, but I do believe in writing things down, and I do think when you write things down, they kind of seem to like solidify them in your head, and then it makes it easier for you to see like the path of what you need to do, where you need to go. So like I did a lot of that, and Ninja Tune were on there, but they were on my like I put them to be like safe on the 3-year plan.
Yeah, I love that.
I put it in there, and I had like lots of things like I was DJing full time, but I was DJing like really rubbish stuff, like birthday parties, just like I was just doing some weird stuff, nothing cool, and I hated doing it, and I wasn't having the fun. So I was playing open formats, I was DJing every genre, and I just wanted to do dance music, and then so I just written everything down, I had it all planned out, and then I made this plan like to try and maybe my second label choice was like RNS, because I think they're a cool label as well.
Yeah.
So like I made this plan, like I searched who worked at RNS, because I tried to contact some people at Ninja Tune, but I didn't really want to like email people my music. I wanted them to come to me, but I was trying to like add people on Instagram or Facebook just so like they knew I was around or whatever. And but I added this guy on Instagram, and when you add someone, your posts come up right up their feed when you post
right, because you're the new follow.
Yeah, so I followed them, they followed me back. He didn't actually work at RNS, he used to work at RNS as like an A&R scout. And so then I posted my like clips for my EP that's coming up, like Dawn EP at the time, which is named after my mum, funny enough, my mum's named Dawn.
Oh, awesome. Shout out mom. I was going to say, do you test your beats in front of her? Like, mom's going to tell you if these beats are fire or not.
She's quite new to this kind of music, but she really enjoys like the more emotional stuff. But so like I did that, and then I posted the music, and it obviously would come off in his feed, and then I posted in my stories, and then I got a little message from him going, "Oh, this sounds cool," like the little clips, and like he just messaged me like, "Oh, this sounds cool," and I was like, "Okay, so he knows I exist, and he's liking what's coming." And then when I released the EP, he obviously listened to it because I posted it, and then he had posted it in his stories, like he reposted saying, "Oh, this is cool."
Wow. And that you just released on your own. You just like shared it on SoundCloud or something.
I put it out through AWOL as the distributor, but it was like yeah, it was just me. I paid money. I spent all my savings on PR. I paid for my own PR. I basically just put everything in it. Like, paid for the artwork, paid for like a DJ mail out and all that stuff. Just like in the hope that if I don't believe in myself, like invest my money in myself, how can I ask someone else to like cut me a check for it? Like,
true.
So yeah, and then he reposted it, and then the guy from RNS, the actual A&R at RNS, saw it, and he was like, he messaged me, DM'd me, and this is Dan, he's actually my friend now. He messaged me, and he was like, "Oh, your music sounds really cool. I'm in London. We should meet up." And I was like, "Yes, it works."
That's amazing.
Without actually like emailing them, they've come to me. Like,
that is some sick shit right there.
so we met up, and then he was like really interested in it, and he was like, oh, the guy from RNS, he's like a bit of an older generation, so he was like, he might not actually be into it, even though I think it's really good. And because I had Sacred at the time, I sent him Sacred, and he was like, this sounds really cool. Like, he's like, oh, hold on, I'm gonna email a few friends that I think might like. So he emailed who's the guy who's my manager now, Mooj, and he emailed him, and he was like, sent the music, and was like, oh, do you know anyone who'd be interested in putting this song out? Like, this girl I know. And Mooj, my manager, he manages Marabou State and George Fitzgerald.
Nice.
So he knew he was into this type of music. So like, he was like, oh, you would know it if anyone would put it out. And then I was like, oh, thanks for that. And then like the next day, he's like texting me again. Oh, he's like, I've had like 3 missed calls from Mooj, 2 emails, and then like going, I need to meet her. Like,
he loves it.
Yeah, he loves it. So then, like, the next week I had a meeting with him, and obviously Marabou State are signed to Counter, so he has a good relationship with Institute and that. And then I met him, and he was like, oh, we'll take you on a trial basis. And, like, we put out Sacred on my own first, and then he spoke to Institute, and he was like, oh, Institute have already heard of you. Apparently they said they've all been, like, looking at you. And I was like, my tactics work.
It's working.
Like, they're already aware of me.
I love this story. It's so great. Keep going.
it was just weird. You know when things are just like going really quickly and nuts. Like I wasn't even prepared for it. And then so he did. So then and then after Sacred was done, it came out. Then I had like a meeting with loads of labels, not just Intune. Like he was like, I'll take you out to some other ones that were really interested.
Cool.
And then obviously I always wanted Ninja, and then I started to work on some new tracks for them, and Moon was one of those new tracks, and I went back with the A&R back and forth when I was writing some of those songs, just like, because he wanted to be involved with like giving feedback and like, I guess my progression and stuff. And then like, we didn't hear for a while, they were taking their time, and then my manager was like, I said to them, they need to tell you like by the end of the week what's going on, so you've done like enough work. I think you're freezing. Can you see me?
I can see you. Maybe I was just being too still. I'll look more alive. I was engrossed in the story.
And then he was like, so then we got back forward, and then he was like, I think I'm going to offer you like a single deal for the Moon, and then when we came back, he offered me, he called me like the next day, and he's like, oh, they've offered you a 3-album deal.
What?
And I was like,
did you die? Like, what did you do that night to celebrate? That's huge. That's amazing.
We went out for drinks and stuff. Like, it was good. It was fun. And my manager's like the most wonderful person as well. He's like literally an angel. And it's really weird. You know when you like think people were just meant to come into your life? So it's like all of that time I've just had nothing but lovely people with like.
That's so great.
Coming into my life.
Yeah.
And like they're all so good in their souls. So it was an amazing thing to happen. And then so basically I had that as my 3-year goal, and it happened in a year. Or less than a year.
You need bigger goals.
Everything happened quick. I quit like my other DJing job. I got all like good DJing jobs.
You like drop the mic at the birthday parties, like, fuck you guys, happy birthday, I'm out. I'm partying with Bonobo, like.